Hello everybody, we are reviewing Sailor Moon Crystal, episode 12. It's me, Age, Dana, and Eli, whose username is unknown to me. Just Eli. So, we just watched the 12th episode, and I have feelings that are not good feelings. They are bad feelings.
Can I say it sucked all the dicks on your video?
It sucked all the dicks.
All the dicks.
All of them. It was terrible. Because it starts off with like, okay, we're still on the base and like Tuxedo Mask is really evil and
it started out accurate to the manga.
For the first minute.
Until she grabbed all of them with the hair.
And then Queen Beryl only grabs Sailor Moon by the hair in the comic. We
Peanut Gallery.
Peanut Gallery. He's a non-Moonie. He will give us non-Moonie perspective. He says Sailor Moon is hot. Is that what you said?
Sailor Moon, in my opinion, is one of the most attractive anime characters that I have seen.
Okay.
So, Queen Beryl in the manga only grabbed Sailor Moon by the hair. We confirm this with the Kodansha release and the Tokyo Pop release. Both in unison, making sure what was going on when we were watching it. We paused. We paused angrily.
And went crazy.
And Eli was confused, and we were just angry in the corner.
Yes.
And hold on, you gotta scoot more this way.
Okay, yes.
So it was bad, okay? Because what happened is Queen Beryl grabs everybody by the hair, and Sailor Venus is like, sword! And then the sword, and then she cuts the hair. Which was accurate. But then Sailor Moon grabs the sword, and they all do like a holy quintet thing, and the sword becomes infused with like power of good or something, and then Sailor Moon, instead of Sailor Venus,
it's Sailor Moon.
It's Sailor Moon.
And then she doesn't get stabbed, they just stab the necklace.
They stab the necklace, which is the source of her power from Queen Natalia, instead of just stabbing her through the friggin' body. Which made sense. This is why Sailor Venus is best girl. At least in this case. And
this is hurting my brain.
This is hurting. It hurts because...
Okay, and then it stays somewhat accurate because then he steals the sword and tries to run off with it. But since Venus was the one that stabbed Beryl in the manga, she also got kidnapped with the sword, but that didn't happen this time because she was the one that stabbed her.
The problem is that the defining moment that proves that Sailor Venus is awesome was just removed from Sailor Moon Crystal. Because in the...
But it's okay, they kept showing her shitty transformation pen.
Yeah, her shitty transformation pen, which looks like a mechanical pencil, okay?
That's been drawn on a pen.
I feel like we're just hating right now.
I liked it. I did like it. I liked the interpretation because they wanted to get more feels going on between Usa and Mamo. But it wasn't.
Then
I'm not having it.
I'm not having it. And then they saved the budget for literally what, the last half a minute?
I gotta say it got pretty sparkly.
It got sparkly. Everyone's face was... Sailor Moon was like, oh my god, Mamo. And then like her like waist was all fucked up.
Now, they did keep it accurate with the choking.
The choking was there. The
choking was there. And then they, with the sword thing too.
Okay, so they kept the generals alive. We've been talking about this in almost every episode review I've done.
They were slowly taken out throughout the manga.
They were slowly taken out throughout the manga. Instead, Crystal made this huge point about keeping the generals alive, to have a love interest with the Scouts, and this was like a whole big thing, and it was revealed, and it was exactly what I said it was in my first review, only to literally have Queen Natalia vomit on them in this episode and kill them.
And then they got overly emotional.
And then the girls all cried in unison for people that they barely remembered, kind of not really.
I mean, Venus more, I can understand why she cried, because she was like...
But the crying was horrible. They all literally, at the same time, on cue, just cried.
And then got themselves together really quick.
Like, they were like this, and then, oh, they're encouraging us. This is my
theory about the whole series. Like, I like how they were following the manga, but I still feel that they should have paced it better. The pacing's off. I mean, yeah, I can understand, like, a lot of this seems to happen in one episode at a time, but they could have paced this better. And now we've dedicated 3 whole episodes, because we still have the next episode, to ending the Dark Kingdom arc. When we should have had double that one.
The other thing is that we have the Senshi, instead of like actually helping out Sailor Moon, just wasting their energy on the generals when they should have been loaning their power to Sailor Moon.
They wanted to bone, bro.
They wanted to bone.
Everybody wants to bone.
They wanted to bone, and they ended up not boning because Queen Natalia was just like, bleh, and now you die. And they didn't even turn to stones. They literally were just voices in the ether.
If they don't come back as the stones, like, because, you know, and in the manga, they are stones in which Momo-chan gets, and he keeps in a little case. And later, when he's having problems in the next arc,
they're going to talk to him. But
they're going to talk to him and counsel him.
In this one, they didn't turn to stones. They literally...
So I'm wondering what's going to happen with that. Like, will they miraculously appear somewhere?
They just went straight into the Force. They went straight into the Force like Obi-Wan. And they kept at the end, at least, like, Usagi confronting Momo-chan.
Mm-hmm.
And then she stabbed him.
And then stabbed herself.
Then the
sword became invisible when it came through the other side of her. Because they kept showing her back for a few seconds. Like, you were going to see some sword, and I didn't see any sword.
Yeah, that was weird. We were actually happy about that. The whole episode, we were really pissed off. We paused it. We looked at the manga. We, like, discussed this. And there's a monkey. I made that monkey. And then at the end, they decided to be faithful to the manga when they weren't the whole entire episode. Mm-hmm. This is the only episode of Crystal that's really pissed me off this much.
Yeah. The rest has actually been pretty accurate, and even the little small changes have been good.
I was really happy with episode 10.
Yeah, episode 10 was really good.
And then episode 9.
But I like any episode that Jupiter's in because she's my imaginary lesbian waifu.
We cheered when Jupiter showed up. She had transformed off camera and showed up to save the day. We were really happy. We were really, really, really extra happy. And then they had to fuck with us.
I don't know what's going on.
At this point, I can't wait for R to get started just to get out of this rut that we're in where they're just changing shit.
I miss my nigga Nephrite.
Nephrite is amazing. Nephrite is best boy, especially after what happened in Classic. Saddest episode of the show.
I know.
So, what do you say, Eli?
I said that episode was very fantastic. As someone who has not seen the rest of all the episodes, that was highly entertaining, action-packed, highly confusing. As someone who's not seen any other episodes, I would say 10 for 10.
There you have it. The Monies aren't happy. But the non-Monies
But at least Eli is.
Eli.
I was pretty pleased. Mostly because of how comfortable this chair is, not having to do much with the anime, but...
Dear YouTube viewers, my chair is comfy. This has been confirmed by science.
He fell asleep on it.
He did.
And then fell out of it.
I fell out of this chair that was supposed to be unfallable-outable.
But, what?
Whoops. Thanks for watching. This has been another episode of my...
Flower Child.
They're real.
Sleepy.
It was Eli's idea.
And sarcastic. I don't know what's going on here, man.
It's really early in the morning, and I look like a raccoon because we had a wedding to go to today.
I had a pie party.
It was a great wedding.
Dana made pie.
It's a party where you sit and eat
coffee
pies.
For the first time.
Eli has
Cuban coffee
doesn't happen on its own.
The Cuban coffee servings were like really tiny.
He had 2 Cuban espressos. He's never going to sleep ever again.
He did. This is Florida, by the way. Miami, Florida. Sweetwater,
Don't
Florida?
tell them where I live.
Oh, yeah. We're somewhere in Florida.
We live in the Everglades with the alligators. We swim them to school every day.
This is why I wear flowers to camouflage with the swamp so they don't eat me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, everybody. You want to do like an awkward wave, everybody?
All right, in synchronicity.
We're waving. Where are you waving?
On the threes.
Are you waving at me?
Yeah, waving at you.
Okay, bye.